memorizing her speech for a class that she's about to give. Right.
Hey guys, I want you to hear, after she's been warned to tell the truth, they're giving her immunity. This is what she says.
So now you've broken up with Stefan in December of 2022, right? Mm-hmm. He's still paying rent, and he's there full-time in bedroom number 4. Is that where he goes after you break up?
No, he stayed in my room for a few months. We've broken up, but we weren't sure how to discuss it with Maddie because it was the middle of the school year, and I didn't want to affect her in any way. Mm-hmm. So we just played it off, acted like everything was normal and fine for the first 6 months. And then eventually she caught on. And then once she did, we admitted to her that we were broken up. And then, at that point is when he moved up to bedroom 4.
Okay. It's my understanding that it's December of 2022 that you and Stefan kind of break up?
Yes.
But he still remains in the townhome?
Yes.
Why is that?
So even though we were broken up, I still considered him one of my best friends. I wanted to give him the opportunity to live there, and he had just gotten a job at Disney and was doing well.
Okay.
And I didn't want him to continue to lose that because he had been struggling for a long time to get a job or do anything.
There was something other going on, by the way. When she's talking about this, she's talking about what's going on and her trying to give him an opportunity. First of all, yes, very casual, the way she's talking. We know Maddie's missing. At this point, I don't know if they had found her. I don't think they knew that, or that she knew that she was not alive. However, or she might have. I'm not sure what date this one is because I'm not seeing it. But the way she's talking, she's not saying the other side. She's making herself sound like a saint. She wants to help him because she wants to, much of a best friend. He's her best friend. She wants to give him the opportunity. Why didn't they ask, well, what was he doing for you? How much was he paying you? What was he doing for you? Was he helping you? Did he clean up? They never say anything about what was the other side of the coin. Sorry, I had to. All right. Stefan was a wreck before going there, and Jen just happened to need some help. That's a big part of the story, Liz. I agree with you on that. The parents told us a bigger plan when they said Stefan was a wreck that whole weekend. And even Stefan told us himself that he was a wreck that weekend. He said he was worried about money. You guys, that's what he told the officers. All right. Tony says, I hate to ask Jay where Maddie was when these two pigs had relations in bed. Well, that's what we're talking about. Maybe she was there because she was always sleeping in the middle of the bed with them. So that's a good question because they never talked about her. They said she couldn't sleep on her own. So where did they go? Where did they go?
His own mental health issues.
Okay.
So I just wanted to give him a chance to do something, be something.
Okay, let me understand something. Shannon Butler joining me, WFTV 9.
All right, real quickly, you guys, does that look like a hotel room or like some kind of brothel or not? That's the room that she rented to Stefan. When you go to a hotel, you see the little white end table. You see a bed there. Even they have better than that. That doesn't have a headboard. It's just white sheets, white dresser with a light and a dresser. You can see the dresser with his things there. He's got like deodorant and some like stuff that he was traveling with, and then a fridge. That to me looks like a room that you pass through. Yeah, a boarding house. I liked what Duty Ron called it a while back. The brothel is what he called it. There's nothing recognizable in that room. A hostel. If you want to take pictures and you're doing you're essaying someone or you got CSAM, there's nothing that you could recognize in the background that would tell you where that place is. And remember that the gun was in that top drawer there, by the way, and that he had that right next to the bed. So yeah, that's what that room looks like. Yeah, the no-tell motel. Texas Believer, new sub here. Hi, y'all. Welcome. And they did rent those rooms out, but we don't know if they rented number 4 out in that way that we talk about. Yeah, it does. It needs a Bible. Where's the hot plate? It looks just like a room that somebody passes by. And that's what it is. He got the stuff out here. Nothing's put away. There's nothing on the walls.
Stefan Stern have a job at Disney with children? Or is this more like a Top Mom Casey Anthony thing where she tells her whole family she works at Universal and even wears the uniform but she really just sits on the sofa and eats chips all day when they leave.
No.
Did he really have a job at Disney?
No, that room was not vacant. That was the room that they had for him that had the lock. So if he had moved out for a second Nanaska Mercedes, that was number 4 right there. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm saying something wrong. That was the room that Stearns was in with the locks, number 4. Yeah, absolutely. That wasn't ready to rent out. Stefan was in between coming back. He had just came back. So you're right about that. But yes, he had just come back, and Jen just told us right before this that he was going to come back and she was going to give him a chance. They were in between that. All right, let's keep going. I don't want to.
So there was a lot of confusion about that. So he didn't have a job at Disney at the time. He didn't have a job at the time, but there were reports that he had previously worked at Disney because there was a woman who said, "Oh, I met him. We started dating because I met him when we worked at Disney." But when we had reached out to Disney when this case first came about, Disney's like, he never worked here. So there was a lot of confusion of whether or not he worked there or not. We still don't really know. I mean, we know what the women said. We met him when we all worked at Disney.
Okay.
But Disney claims
I got a question. Allie Neal, you got to help me. You hear Shannon Butler, WFTV 9. What is with women? A guy says, oh, yeah, let's see. I'm a brain surgeon and I work at Mount Sinai. What? You don't check that out? You bring a guy into your home and let him physically sleep with your little girl night after night after night, and you don't check him out? This guy didn't work at Disney any more than I do.
Honestly, in this day and age, Nancy, it shocks me that anybody doesn't do a deep dive background check on any new person coming into their life, especially if they have children. It's just unfathomable to me that people don't go to Google and figure this stuff out. But also,
We do.
There might have been nothing on Google that would have told her that he was a problem. He could put on his LinkedIn that he worked at Disney, and unless she called for
Right. And like I always say, what? Only 340 likes and there's 767 people here? What? Hit the like button, y'all. If you guys like the way I present true crime, you like the discussions we have, you like the evil potato, or if you don't like that, you like the new yodeling pickle that you can't see. All right. Anyway, if you take the time just for a second, 775 people here, it's free to hit the like button. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. All right, let's go.
a reference check, how would she know for sure? Or ask for his Disney ID, maybe.
Go to Disney? You think I haven't been to my husband's office? Oh, yes, I have.